All right, welcome in everybody to Patterson Ice Arena for a special holiday matchup, Monday afternoon matchup between the visiting Grand Rapids Catholic Central Cougars and your Caledonia Fighting Scots. We're wrapping up warm-ups. As soon as that's done, we'll get some player intros, and then we'll get hockey started. Sit tight.
It's well-known fact. And your age, it's your prostate, or your heart, one or the other. He goes, it's my prostate. And I'm like, do it. Do it, pretty funny. You guys are so funny.
All right, welcome everybody to Patterson Ice Center for Monday afternoon matchup with the visiting Grand Rapids Catholic Central Cougars and your Caledonia Fighting Scots.
There's some talking. At least we have some sparky refs. Oh, no, he's the linesman.
You got one on
Okay, yeah. 2 linesmen and 2 refs. The old guys are lining. The young guys are roughing. These guys are pretty good. They do a pretty good job.
Now let's introduce our players. First for the visiting Grand Rapids Catholic Central Cougars. Starting at forward, number 16, Isaac Kapika.
He's in.
Next at forward, a senior, number 14, Cooper Long. Next at forward, a freshman, number 26, Cage Potter.
What I'm here for, I've never been able to stay in my own lane ever. So,
Appreciate it. I've done it before.
I got your last minute to play, and because TV sucks some days.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Absolutely.
I'll have to tell you my story about working with my
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this one ready to start. Up front for Cal to start Lewandowski, Osborne, and Landon Moore on defense, Zach Feliska and Evan Moore. Up top for the Grand Rapids Catholic Central Cougars, Moss, Kappinga, and Potter. Puck played into the Caledonia zone. Zach Feliska up for Landon Moore, plays it after Lewandowski out of the zone. Catholic Central picks it up, dumps it in deep. After the puck is Moore behind the net. Moore gets into some traffic. Osborne in to help. Back to the near side corner. Osborne plays it back behind the net for Moore. Puck comes out. Veliska's there though. Moves it to Lewandowski on the near side. Lewandowski off the wall for himself. Loose to Veliska. Push forward now, taken. Lewandowski's got some room to move it far side. Gets his way around a couple, loses the puck at the blue line though. Cougars with possession. Pass to the near side on the breakout. Big hit by Esch. Played behind Hogue. Quigley off the glass looking for Esch. Played into the wall by Quigley. Esch there as well. Esch takes it back into his zone. Pass to the far side for Mikkelsen. Dumped back in though by the Cougars. Cougars with early pressure. Quigley behind his own net. Puck loosened up into the corner. Cougars with it. Backhand pass out to the point. Kicked down. Played back at the wall. Cougars swept to the far side by the defense. Cougars maintain possession. Now it's taken out of the zone. Postelli. Ooh, through the door. Rough hit there. Postelli goes through an open door. He's back on his feet though. Postelli, the brother of young hockey player Helen Postelli, up and riser in the Kalamazoo organization. Puck played far side wall. Veliska digs after it. Puck comes out. Cougars now to the near side, loose. Evan Moore will have it in his own zone. Moore back up the far side wall. Penalty is whistled. Sit tight. Penalty on the Cougars.
I got everything up to dripping. I'll try to put it in as dripping. And his number. I got the beginning done. We don't have to do that until it comes out. If the ball expires, if the penalty expires or a goal is scored. That's what goes there.
All right, Cal is on the power play. 50 seconds left in it. Esch out of his own zone, carries it forward. Going to the box for the Cougars, McLean, 2 minutes for tripping. Puck played at the wall. Puck moved to the near side point. That's a shot in, goes wide by Bultema. Cougars will ice the puck. And Caledonia with 45 seconds left. 45 seconds now left on the power play. Breaking it out on behind his own goal, Ethan Sova, far side. Sova skates his way past one, dumps in deep. After it, Nichols behind the net, in the corner. Cal with control, out to the point man, that's Sova. Rips a shot, loose in front, trying to get the rebound is Nichols, I believe. Played back out to Sova at the point. Over for Lewandowski, a shot, saved by Aarons, and he'll hold for a whistle.
Get that high tone.
I'll do my left. 10 seconds left in the penalty, or the penalty for the Cougars. On the face-off for Caledonia, Sova played in deep, Esch after it, up the near wall. Mikkelsen stops it, takes it back in the corner, feeds a pass to Esch behind the net. 1 second left on the penalty kill. Cougars man leaves the box. Pass out to the point, shot in, goes wide by Eitel. Puck plays it up into the net, and we'll get a whistle. Face off in front of Aarons, Eitel and Quigley on defense. Mikkelsen, Sova, and Esch up front. Pass in front for Sova's knocked down, and the Cougars now able to move it out with numbers. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Sova comes back on the back check though. Puck roughed up, shot in, goes wide. Cougars maintain control. Pass out to the near point, put in towards net, deflected into the corner. Cougars on the the far side half wall. Now it played through the middle, pass to the near side point. Takes a shot from the wall. That's kicked by goaltender into the far wall, battling after it. Cougars try to drag it back out front. Now played by Caledonia, still keeping it on the far side. Now pass to the near side for Mikkelsen, and he'll bang it in deep for an icing call. Oh, icing waved off. Didn't see that. Cougars try to break it out far side. They have it through neutral. Evan Moore, the defender, takes control, plays it back for Landon Moore. Landon Moore, cross-ice pass for Lewandowski. Lewandowski down low, tried to center it, got knocked down. Pass out to Moore at the point. Moore plays it in towards net, goes wide. Lewandowski banged it behind the net. Cougars left some room in the corner, and they'll ice the puck for the whistle and the D-zone face-off. 7-3-1 on the season. Started the season 6-1, and then went up to a pretty tough showcase in Gaylord, where they lost one of the number one teams in the state, Flint Powers Catholic, also dropping a game recently to Grand. But won their last one. They beat the Midland Dow Chemics in their last home game this week. They're a conference foe against Caledonia in the OK Conference Rue Division. Face off, played into the wall. Catholic Central wraps it around. Cougars now pass through the middle. In on the near side, Landon Moore separates man from puck. Loose for Moore behind the net. Taken away by the Cougars on the side of the net. Now behind it again. Cougars push it into the corner. You're good. Cougars. Ho kicks it in the corner. Cougars far side, or on the near side, pass from behind the net. Moore gets it off the referee though, bounces out. He gets possession again. Moore plays it up the far wall, played by the Cougars, right back in the Caledonia zone. Moore with a stick on it though, gets it to neutral. Mitchell comes off the bench, advances it ahead, but the Cougars get it back. They'll send it length of the ice. So 10:37 left in the first, still scoreless. Cal comes in 9-3 on the season. They start the season 4-1 and then went to Alpena, where they dropped both of their games at the Showcase. But they've been on a 5-game win streak. Their last win was Saturday in Munn Ice Arena against the Brighton Bulldogs. Cougars play it out, far side, up the wall, racing there is Moss. Moss stops, takes it to the top of the zone. Puck's taken away by Nichols. Nichols goes down. Cougars with possession. Top of the blue line, near side, shot in towards Hogue. He blocks it behind the net, bouncing puck into the corner. Penalty's going to be whistled here on Caledonia. So we'll wait for the call.
So I put 2, we got to back off. So, leave it, start over. So they started at the first one. I was sad I didn't go. I thought it was here. Because the schedule of the game said it was here. And I went online and it said, I'm like, sir, can you give me an updated schedule? The right way? And then you played Saturday long, okay?
Yeah. Yep. We've been on a roll.
So you only lost 2?
We lost 2 on Alpena and then another one here.
All right, the Cougars on a 5-minute power play. We're about a minute and a half, or a minute into it. Drew Nichols called for a 5-minute boarding penalty. So that's a major penalty. As you saw, Catholic was putting extreme pressure on Hogue, and he was standing tall in net, saving multiple loose puck shots there. Good pressure by the Cougars. Carlander, Tim Hartl, Tim Hartzell, Potter for the Cougars. Shot in towards Hogue's, deflected before it gets there. Cougars get a rebound shot, save Hogue. Moore with a grip on it, can't clear it, knocked down at the near side wall. Cougars with possession, top of the zone. A shot wide. Cougars near side, they'll clear the zone themselves. Looking for the pass. Mitchell applies heat. 3:30 left in the major penalty. Bryce Mitchell ties the man up in the zone. A pass now for the Cougars near side and a dump in at the blue line. Zach Veliska far side. Couple of big hits into the wall. Shot in towards Hogue. Deflected, bounces to the right. Puck played far wall. Veliska played it up for Caledonia. We'll get another penalty call here. A slashing call. Looks like exactly the brunt of that. Morgan Pastelli whistled for the slashing call on the Catholic Central side. So we'll go 4-on-4 hockey for at least 2 minutes. Ethan Sova dumps it in deep, wrapped around to the near side. Itel played it up in the air and over the screen, into the screen. So we'll get a whistle and a reset in the offensive zone. Good crowd on hand here today at Patterson Ice Arena. December 23rd, just a couple of days away from the Christmas holiday. Probably some grandparents in the crowd today. Catholic takes possession. They'll skate it up on the near side. Played it to the far side. Defense will regroup. Caledonia, Catholic Central deflects it in. Catholic gets their first centering pass. Loose in front. Oh, on the doorstep. Mitchell maneuvered his way out of there. Now carries it behind the net onto the near side. Breakout. Up the wall. Gets it past the blue line. Bolton is there to help. And now puts it in deep. Mitchell, look at that speed getting there. Near side corner. Mitchell's got it. Sends a pass near side for Veliska. A shot. Couldn't get a good grip on it. And the Cougars will play it back into neutral zone, back into the Caledonia zone, down through the middle. Now push to the corner behind the net. Shot in on Hogue, deflects up into the net for the whistle. 4-on-4 hockey for another 29 seconds, at which point another minute and 2 seconds before Nichols comes out. So Catholic will go on the power play. Shot in towards Hogue, he gloves, and we'll get a whistle. 16 seconds left until Nichols, not until Nichols, until Postelli comes out for the Cougars. On the face-off, Osborne goes behind goaltender. Catholic from the corner, centers a pass, shot in on Hogue. That's deflected over the net. Catholic far side point. Pass back to the middle, and we'll get a whistle. Too many men on the ice, whistled on Grand Rapids Catholic Central. Shouldn't.
Baby?
You're on the wrong side.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't make a difference.
Want to put it on the team or the coach? You know?
It goes under number 3, too many men.
Or does it go to the coach or to?
No, goes to the team.
Oh, the guy that's sitting. Okay.
The guy that's sitting. He was the one that went out on the ice. That wasn't supposed to. That's why 10 went in and the rest said, no, you weren't the one that did it. 3 did it. 3 goes in.
Everything on 607 first period. 2 minutes or 2 minutes.
Styles, or I'm sorry. Because they're the ones that fix my garage door and condo.
This is me too.
Huh?
All right, Caledonia on a power play here. Too many men on the ice whistle on the Cougars. So we got 45 seconds left in that. Mitchell on the far side, trying to break it in. That's going to come out to neutral zone. More chips, and that lands out of play. So we'll bring the puck just out of the Cougar zone. 0-0, 39 seconds left in the power play for the Scots. Nichols on the faceoff, Mitchell, Ashmore, and Bolton on the power play. Nichols tried to drag it back to the middle, takes a hit, and Cougars take possession. Far side, Mitchell disrupts play, bouncing puck, played back by the Cougars, and they'll send it length of the ice. Hogue is going to settle it, Evan Moore on the retrieve. Moore behind the net. Leaves it for Esch. Harmon Esch carries it ahead with speed. He's got Potter in his pocket. Esch slides his way around two, behind the net with it, over for Nichols. Nichols up the wall, back in the corner for Mitchell. Mitchell moved it in front. That's going to be held in by Aarons. And we'll get a whistle.
The sound is better on this side, too. In case you hadn't noticed.
No crackling.
Well, I mean, you're going to get a lot of feedback with the work. On this side is easier to control than on the other side.
All right, back to 5-on-5, 4:04 left in the first period. Not a lot in terms of big opportunities for either team so far. We'll see if that changes. Cal tries to break it out on the near side. Picked off by the Cougars and sent cross ice. Far corner. Itel bangs it up the wall. Looking for Gorby. Back to the near side it goes. Quigley. Mikkelson's backhand clears the zone. Cougars play it off the far wall. Played up by Itel. Itel gets his way around two and gets it in. Cougars backhand that one to neutral zone. Quigley dumps it in. Stops it for his defender to carry out far side. This is Postelli. Postelli sauces one up for Moss on the break-in. Evan Moore's there. Picks it off. Keeps it at the blue line. Now played out. Moore over for Lewandowski. Gets around the defender. Ty Lewandowski down low. A shot. And that is held by Aarons. Moore, Veliska, Lewandowski, Osborne, and Landon Moore. Face off played by the Cougars. No, taken away by Landon Moore. Into the corner, centers it for Lewandowski. A backhand save by Aarons. Puck bouncing in front. Landon Moore with a shot knocked down. Goes to Veliska at the point. Veliska into the corner. Osborne after it behind the net. Cougars, though, with some space. Cougars off the far wall, giving chase. Potter and Moore. Cougars center a pass in on Hogue. A shot, and they score. So the Cougars open up scoring. Let's see who got that. Noah Onstad on the goal for the Cougars.
Already got it in? Yeah.
All right, so the Catholic Central Cougars on the board here in the first.
We got last minute play coming up as well.
Caledonia at their own line, trying to break it out far side. Mikkelsen picked off by the Cougars, and they'll rush it in. 2-on-2, Cougars on the far side. Pass in front, deflected into the corner. Mikkelsen's after. Clears the zone. The Cougars send it in on Hogue. Puck bounces to the near side. Cougars take possession. In on Hogue. Bounces behind the net. Itel. Cal pushes it up through neutral zone. After it's Itel, picking up by Boltema. One minute of play in the first period. 1 minute remaining. Mitchell centers it by the Cougars. Cougars through neutral zone. Stops at the blue line. Now puts a backhand in deep. They got a man down low, but tried to clear by the Cougars, or tried to clear it by the Scots. Instead, the Cougars play it in, keep it in. Puck loose in front. Hogue's going to gobble this one up. Whoa, bouncing puck in front of the net. Lots of low shots in on Hogue. Defense got to get that puck out of there. Sam got one that he could hold on to. So with 31 seconds left in the first, Catholic Central. Osborne landed more. Lewandowski up front. Valiska and more on defense. Puck played in the Caledonia. Plays it into neutral. Cougars, though, right back at the blue line. Moore puts it into neutral zone for Osborne. Taken away from him. Now the Cougars rush it back in, far side. Goes into the corner behind the net. Potter, Moore after it, takes it away. Holds it in the feet. Potter, though, gets it back. Or the Cougars get it back. Far side wall. Trying to cycle it into the corner. In on Hogue. Puck bounced through the air off a deflection. Osborne after it in the feet. And that buzzer means we've ended our first period. Wow. Back and forth action. The Cougars, though, get a late goal in the first to take a 1-0 lead. We'll take a break. The Zamboni will be out in a second, about a 10 to 13 minute break. Thanks for watching, as always, on the Pass Shoot Score Network. We'll be back.
be cool. I do blue. You heard me.
Watermelon gum.
Do I want it?
Watermelon gum. Someone's eating watermelon gum.
Someone else. But I don't know who.
I don't know who.
action ready to roll. Catholic Central Cougars currently lead the Caledonia Fighting Scots by a score of 1-0. Lewandowski moves the puck into the Catholic zone. Cougars try to clear out to neutral zone. Landon Moore will bang it back in, checking up on the delayed offsides. Cougars possess far side. Now they break it out at the blue line. Cougars near side, D to D. Pass through the middle goes long, but off Moore, in deep, into the wall, loose behind the net. Cougars there. They carry it out to the near side. Pass back into the corner, pressured by Osborne and Veliska. Now it comes out to the middle, a shot just wide. Moore tries to clear with a baseball swing, held in by the Cougars. Veliska on the near corner. Moves it up to Landon Moore, gets it back, pass through the middle off Lewandowski's skate, and played by the Cougars. They send it back near side, icing arm is up. Back down for an offensive zone drive. Caledonia in that first period, a lot more offensive opportunities. They had the 5-minute major penalty, which they did not score in. Cal successfully killed that off, and they, unfortunate for them, had 2 minor penalties in the midst of that 5-minute major, so it ended up with a Caledonia power play. So both teams have had a chance with 5-on-4. Central with it in the Caledonia zone now. Pass out far side. This one played out in the neutral by Mikkelsen. Race after the loose puck. Cougars are there, but double teamed. Cougars now spin it behind their net. Now carry it out near side. Big hit. Referee goes down. Quigley pins the man into the wall. Big hit by Sova. Puck loose on the near side of the net. Cougars with it. Off the wall to the point man. Shot knocked down by Esch. Loose in the corner again. Eitel's after it. Aiden Eitel takes it to the far side. Tried to move it up for Mikkelsen. Neutral zone bouncing puck that the Cougars will be able to play. Off the far wall. Backhand at the... Eitel sends it back for Quigley on the far side. Quigley's pass to the near side for Esch connects. Esch regroups, goes all the way through into Hogue. Hogue out for Nichols now. Nichols wheels his way through the middle of the ice. Now back to the far side. Into the zone, he brings it. Peppered from behind. Nichols still with it behind the net. Tried to stuff it in on the post, and that's going to be covered by Aarons. Jacob Aarons, the senior goaltender for Catholic Central. The only goaltender I see on the roster. Catholic Central now with a breakout picked off by Moore for Caledonia, back off the wall, but this one's picked off by the Cougars. Played back into the Caledonia zone. Veliska takes it into the corner, high up the wall. Mitchell chips it ahead. Racing after the loose puck is Boltema. Cougars taken in the corner. Mitchell knocks it back behind the net. Cougars send it up the wall. And Catholic Central will have some room to move it out. Moore with the stick on it, but the Cougars bring it back. On the near side, Mitchell goes down as he loosens the man up. Veliska sends it over for Nichols. Nichols back for Veliska. Oh, that goes in on Hogue's skate. And he saw it and covered for the whistle. Some players to watch out for on that Catholic Central side. Gage Potter, the freshman, the leading point getter with 3 goals on the season. Parker Moore with 6 points. Karsten Karlander, Noah Onstadt, the goal scorer today, his 4th goal of the season. Now he's the team's leading goal scorer. Kappinga in there as well with 5 points on the season. Goaltender Aaron has a 2.6 goals against per game average and an 88% save percentage. Puck played out of play. We'll get a replacement in. On the Caledonia side, Harmon Esch, the leading point scorer with 17, 9 goals, 8 assists. Sova with 16, Lewandowski with 16, Supak and Nichols with 13 and 11 respectively to round out the top point scorers. Puck played by the Cougars. Wrapped around Hogue. Rattles to the near side. Quigley couldn't capture it. Neither could the Cougars. Out to the point now. A shot. And they score. That one goes in. A shot in from the point. We'll see if it was deflected. All right, goal by Catholic Central. That was Parker Moore from the point position on defense. The assist goes to Brady Calnon. Caledonia with possession. Moore, neutral zone, off the wall. This one will be taken away by Grand Rapids Catholic Central. Pass through mid-ice, bounces all the way through. CC with possession. Oh, that one came out, so a delayed offsides. Moore off the wall for Mitchell, back into the Cougar zone. Mitchell on the near side, sends a pass to Bultema, loose for Nichols, out to Moore at the point. Moore towards the middle, now to the wall for Bultema, a shot deflected over into the corner. Veliska tries to hold it in, Nichols from the point position, gets it on the wall. Cougars catch it though, loose in the zone, big hit there by Nick, top of the zone here. And this now comes out, Cougars after it. Cougars taken away by Veliska, played into the corner. Veliska with control of the puck, up the wall looking for Bultema, that clears the zone. Cougars now picked up by Nichols. Cougars wrestle it away and bang it back in deep. Hogue settles it. Moore behind his net. Moore tried to reverse but held up by the Cougars. Cougars with possession, try a wraparound. Out to the point, a shot, and that's going to be held for a whistle. .10:55 left in the second. Jagger Burns landed Moore, Aiden Eitel, Ty Lewandowski, and Veliska. Sorry, Camden Quigley, the other defender over there. Shot goes wide by the Cougars into the corner. Pass out in front, picked off by Burns, plays it back into the wall. Battle for the puck down low. Cougars, top of the zone. Shot in towards Hogue, goes off the leg into the back wall. Loose on the near side now. Burns up the wall for Landonmore. Puck bouncing, held in the zone by the Cougars. Played in deep. Quigley after it. Cougars there first, centering pass knocked down by Hogue. Cougars with it, possession, shot deflected up into the back wall. Burns on the corner, now sends it far side for Eitel. Puck played to the middle, Quigley pulls it back to the wall and sends it deep for the icing call. Mikkelsen, Esch, and Sova up front. Moore and Veliska on defense. Face off won by Caledonia. Moore behind his own goal. Plays it to the wall. Pass into the middle. Played by Moore to Sova. Sova gets it in deep. Esch after it. Harmon Esch behind the net. Centers, or brings it out in front. A loose puck and they score! Oh, looks like it's going to get waved off.
No? No goal?
All right, referees say the puck was frozen, so Caledonia now on the face-off in the offensive zone. Sova, Mikkelsen, and Esch still up front. Moore and Velisca on defense. Now the Cougars play it ahead. On the back check, Esch. Moore pushes it into the near wall. Cougars there, though. Chipped off. Slap shot in from the point. Deflected in front and cleared out by Caledonia. Esch, far side, crosses the red line. Chipped in low. After it in the corner. Played it hard around the wall, far side for Sova, I believe. Sova had that shot knocked down. Gets it back to Mikkelsen in the corner. Mikkelsen cycled to Sova. Sova pass out front for Esch. Played out by the Cougars, and they'll ice it. So another offensive zone draw. Some fresh legs on the ice. Nichols, Mitchell, Boltum up front as Itel and Quigley on defense. Nichols wins it to Boltma, shot save, goes into the corner. Played up the wall. Boltma lays a hit. Catholic, though, lost the puck. Mitchell with a shot that goes into the far corner, up the wall for Nichols. Trying to lay a big hit there. Can't really see what's... Nichols back in the corner, physical play. Cougars pass it out. That'll go to the near side. Caledonia with possession, their own zone. Quigley off the wall. He goes down. Cougars with it as they push forward. Good stick by Itel, loose in the middle. A shot in on Hogue, and he'll hold it for a whistle.
Roughing?
They're,
Finish the timeout as well because we didn't count the minute for the Rockets.
So coincidental minors whistle on the play. Cappinga for the Cougars and Nichols for Caledonia. 2-minute roughing call. So we'll go 5-on-5. 8:27 left in the second. Cougars with a 2-0 lead. Face off won by the Cougars. Top of the circle. A shot is gloved for the whistle. Osborne on the draw for the Scots. Puck played behind the net. Moore wrapped it around the wall. Held up at the blue line held into the zone by the Cougars. Now it comes out. After it, Lewandowski, far side. Cougars play it to the middle. Cougars take possession. Osborne roughs. Moore able to wrap it around behind the net. Lewandowski gives chase. Osborne loosens the man up. Moore plays it into the zone. Now carried out by the Cougars. Cougars far side, down low. Veliska drives it into the back wall. Veliska sends it in the near corner. Played back low. Moore sends it near side. After it's Lewandowski. Cougars play it in just wide of net. Loose on the near side half wall. Cougars maneuver their way into the corner. Now chipped it behind the net. Veliska loosens the man up. Moore's going to pick up the loose puck. Centers it for Landon Moore. Crosses the red line. Dumps it in behind the goaltender. I think it's laying on the back of the net. And we'll get a whistle.
Are they out?
8:27, 2 minutes, right?
Right, so
6:27. 6:27, right?
6:27.
That's when they're out.
6:27. We got to remember penalties, though.
Okay. This one played out by the Cougars near side, or far side, in deep. Wrapped around Hogue, sent back to the far corner. Cougars there. Now played back behind the net, Quigley. Into the corner for Esch. Esch high off the glass and into the net. Defensive zone draw. Esch pulls it out. He's got Mikkelsen ahead of him, finds him on the tape. Mikkelsen in the zone, back for Esch. Esch down low, he scores! Harmon Esch with a beautiful pass from William Mikkelsen. And Caledonia gets back on the board finally. The senior forward from Lowell.
6:17.
Got it? Thank you.
Caledonia goal, scored by number 6, Harmon Assist by number 17, William Mikkelsen.
So Harmon Esch gets Caledonia on the board. Puck played down low behind Hogue. Caledonia's going to touch up and they get a penalty here. It looks like Veliska got his hands in too deep.
Holding 14.
Cougars with it now on a power play here. Pressure now. Lewandowski able to move it out. Cougars will get possession though. Cougars with it in the Caledonia zone, trying to set something up. Shot in on Hogue, he saves it. Cleared by Quigley. Cougars get it back. A shot in on Hogue, another save that goes into the corner. Quigley with a stick on it. Quigley up the wall. Can't clear it. Now he does. Clears the zone, but the Cougars get possession. Sova's there though. Picks it off. Sova driven into the wall by the defense. Tied up into the feet. 1 minute left in the Cougar power play. Mitchell just holding the puck deep here for Cal on the penalty kill. Now he gets separated from the puck, and we'll get a whistle for an elbowing call on the Cougars. All right, so Caledonia gets their man out of the box, so they've got a bit of a power play. Minute 33. Mikkelsen, Sova, Moore, Lewandowski, and Esch, your power play unit. Catholic Central slap shot, length of the ice, they'll clear. Esch plays it behind Hogue. Esch gets run into. Catholic now holding the puck. Now carried out by Sova. Pass to the middle for Landon Moore. Dropped it for Sova. Sova sauces a pack out for Esch. Esch holds it at the line. Back over for Sova. Top of the zone. Esch with a shot, and that's gloved by Aaron. So just under 3 minutes left here in the second. Cal currently on a power play for another 56 seconds. Landon Moore, Lewandowski, Sova, Esch, and Mikkelsen. Tied up in the feet, now moves back to Lewandowski, plays it around the net for Landon Moore. Landon up the far wall, moves it to Esch. Esch played it in off the back wall. Catholic with possession, they'll bring it to neutral zone. Esch there to defend, now Mikkelsen picks up the loose puck. Mikkelsen gets it over for Esch. Esch had some heat at the wall, so he turns back, now carries through mid-ice. Gets hit, and the Central Cougars dump it in deep. Hogue will settle it. Pressure, though, right away. Hogue plays it out to the wall for Esch. Esch over for Lewandowski. Lewandowski, red line, blue line, dumps it in deep, gives chase. Behind the net. Postelli for the Cougars there. Can't clear it. Or does clear the zone. Rylan Boltema now. The Cougars get their man back in 3, 2, 1 seconds. Loose in the zone. Sova's there to help. So Catholic back with 5 skaters. Just under 2 minutes left in the second. Cougars behind their own goal, leave it in the near corner, up the wall. Moore holds it there with the body. Comes out though, we'll get a whistle for offsides. Gage Potter, the freshman, out for Catholic Central. They're on the left wing. Ultima Mitchell, Nichols up front for Cal, Evan Moore, and Zach Velisco, the two freshmen on defense. Moore plays it high off the glass, bouncing puck into the Cougars end. They send it to neutral. Picked up by Mitchell off Nichols' skate to the Cougars. Nichols lost some steel in his skate, so he's thankfully near the bench, gets off. Sova joins play. Cougars with a shot, and that'll be gloved. Wow. That pass off of the skate, I don't see any steel on the ice. It might have just dislodged it. But he tried to stand on two. So a defensive zone on the face-off. Cougars win it. Top of the zone, shot over the net. Bouncing puck near side, Velisca into the corner. Cougars take it behind the net. Back into the corner, a battle for the puck, up the wall. Now it comes out, pass long for Esch. Catholic Central there, played it back to neutral. Sova got a stick on it and put it in deep. Cal checks up on the late offsides. Mikkelsen pinches it at the wall, comes out to neutral zone though. Esch is there, moves it over for Moore to the near side. Moore crosses the red line, puts it in deep. Mikkelsen, far side wall. Pass picked off by Esch, top of the zone. Esch fed it out to Moore, but played by the Cougars. Pass goes through the legs. Velisca off the wall, back into the Cougar zone. Icing waved off. Sova pressures. Puck played out to neutral. Velisca intercepts and dumps it back in deep. Cal's got to get checked up. 18 seconds left. High up off the glass and into Moore's face. Landon Moore took that one in the neck. He's going to come off. Lewandowski down low, a shot, save. Cougars with possession, 4 seconds on the clock. Down low, Lewandowski, a shot over the net. And that will end the second period. 2-1. Thanks for watching on the Pass Shoot Score Network, everybody. Take about a 10-minute break as we clean the ice. And we'll be back for the third and final period.
I was going to tell you, but you were right in the middle of it, so.
All right, third period, ready to roll. Back on the Pass Shoot Score Hockey Network. Grand Rapids Catholic Central Cougars lead the Caledonia Fighting Scots 2-1. Sova, Esch, and Mikkelsen up front. The goal-scoring trio. Moore and Veliska on defense. Cougars go D-to-D behind their own net, up the far side wall. Veliska holds it in. Bouncing puck kicked down by the Cougars. Played in the corner. Out for Esch. Sova, he's taken down. Cougars move it with speed far side. A shot in on Hogue. Hogue kicked into the corner. Comes out to the near side blue line. Dumped back in by the Cougars. Evan Moore there behind the net along with Veliska. Veliska runs into some pressure. Puck played back in the near side corner. Pass out in front. A shot in on Hogue. A save. Rebound. A second save. Sam Hogue extended the leg one more time to get that rebound into the corner. Now Harmon Esch off the wall. Chips for himself. Esch behind the net, centered for Sova, but deflected out by the Cougars defense. Catholic with it, mid-ice. Gage Potter, the freshman, from the far side half wall. Puck played in behind the net. Itel on the breakout near side for Bultema. Bultema up for Nichols. Nichols brings it in the zone. He's got Mitchell in the middle. Cougars, though, push play into the wall. Catholic with a stick on it, out to neutral zone, past the reach of Quigley. Race for the loose puck in the corner. Quigley's there first, but backup's there first for the Cougars. They take it in the near side. Nichols took it away. Now breakout up for Mitchell. Mitchell played it in the zone, deep on the near side. Cougars wrap it up the wall, played by Bultema. In on net, Aaron gets a glove on it. Aaron gets a glove on it and holds for a whistle. Jacob Aaron. Landon Moore, Osborne, and Lewandowski up front. Veliska and Moore on defense. Puck played into the feet. Cougars with it in the corner, taken away by Caledonia. Still in the feet. Now the Cougars send it length of the ice. But in on Hogue. Moore on the near side, behind the net, now breaks it out, far side. Moore gets around a couple, picked off by the Cougars. Cougars taken in down low, backed up by Veliska. Puts the play into the corner. Landon Moore, cross ice near side, Lewandowski. Lewandowski across the red line, blue line. Down low, a shot behind the net, comes out to Moore at the point, takes it along the wall. Runs into pressure in the corner. Now centers it, played out by the Cougars. And it looks like it rolls in and scores! Let's see who got it. I think it was Esch. Harmon Esch with his second goal of the game. And Caledonia evens this game at 2. Esch with the goal, Evan Moore, the defender, with an assist. All right, Caledonia gets the game-tying goal. Harmon Esch, his second goal of the game. And his 11th goal of the season. He's got 19 points on the season so far. This game hasn't ended. 13:38 left in the third. Nichols out with Mitchell and Bultema. On defense, Quigley and Itel. Face-off played by Mitchell, but taken away by the Cougars. Pass through mid-ice, played by Quigley. He goes down into the wall. Loose puck played in by the Cougars, in on Hogue. Sends it into the wall. Itel pinched off at the wall, leaves it for Nichols. Nichols into the zone, gets past one, now behind the net. Nichols, aggressive in the corner. Has it taken off his stick though, now sent out far side. Quigley though turns right at the red line and buries it back in deep. Cougars send it up the far wall. Quigley at the point holds it in. Mitchell after behind the net. Cougars with some room. They'll send it length of the ice for an icing call.
Yeah, I do.
I don't like everything, but I like playing field hockey.
Jagger Burns on the draw, landed Moore and Lewandowski out with him. Moore and Velisca. Moore from the blue line, shot in, knocked down before it got to the goaltender, and the Cougars have a little room. Moore picks it off at mid-ice. Moore carries in, sends it into the wall, now bangs it deep. After it, landed Moore on the far side, half wall. Cougars with a stick on it, chipped. Velisca tries to hold, now a 2-on-1. Down low, a shot in on Hogue, and he holds for the whistle. Sam Hogue, the senior goaltender for Caledonia, with an 8-2 record on the season. He's got a 2.05 goals against average, saving 92% of the shots that he sees. Burns on the faceoff goes into Hogue, and he'll hold it for a whistle. Cal gets a fresh set up front. On the faceoff, Sova clears the zone. That one center of the ice. Aaron will play it. Softens it for the Cougar defense. They'll send it far side, D to D. They'll look for his lane to carry it out of the zone. Up the middle they chose. Pressured by Esch. Esch takes it away in the corner. Played off the goaltender loose in front and played back into the corner. A centering pass by Sova knocked down. Cougars from the end line off the wall and chipped to neutral zone. Esch with a hit. Moore with the puck. Goes D to D over for Quigley. Quigley carries up past the red line and in deep. Played at the wall. Cougars centering pass knocked down. Played back in by Quigley. Quigley tried to move it to the middle. Taken away by the Cougar defense. Pass laid on the near side into the Caledonia zone. Loose puck far side into the corner goes. A shot out in front. Now carried behind the net. Pass out in front goes long. After it, Esch at the wall. Cougars with the stick on it. Cougars weave their way down low. Taken away by the defense. Quigley tries to clear. Cougars hold it in the feet. Now carried out by Quigley. He's got Mikkelsen with him. 2-on-2. Quigley with a shot that's going to be gloved by Aaron for a whistle. Cal needed that line change. Mitchell, Bolton, Nichols out. Moore and Velisca. Face off, played into the wall. Behind the net, Cougars now up the near side. That's Postelli. Now skates his way through, takes it away in his own zone, turns, sends it back up the wall for Baltimore, chips it. Ryland Baltimore drives it ahead. Slap shot in on goal, a save by Aaron. On the near far side wall, Cal with possession, back to Velisca at the point. Velisca down low, played by the Cougars, slap shot by Baltimore, another save by Aaron. Nichols with it in the corner. Cougars take it away, up the near side, now far side pass. Into neutral zone and into the Caledonia zone, but pressure right at the blue line. Cal all over it there. A clearing attempt goes long, loose for Ryland Baltimore sprinting after it. Cougars behind their net, far side. Oh, almost picked off by Gorby with a pressure. Bouncing puck sent back into the Caledonia zone, and we'll get a whistle for icing. Whew. Caledonia brings the pressure here midway through the third. Jacob Aaron's having a great game in goal, stopping the shots here in the third when it matters. Face off, Gorby on the dot. Puck played into the corner. Lewandowski battling after it. Lewandowski to the near side corner. Loses his man, tries to center it. Played out by the Cougars. They'll center it on the breakout. Now to the near side into the Caledonia zone. A shot deflects into the corner. Cougars behind the net. Down goes Itel. Puck picked off by Landon Moore. He's got Lewandowski with him. Landon carries in, moves it over for Lewandowski. A delayed offsides. Touched up by Landon Moore, which means we'll bring the face-off deep in the D zone. Sova, Mikkelsen, and Ash up front. Quigley and Itel on defense. Face off one by Cal. Itel behind the net, sends it over for Esch, far side. Played up the wall. Esch gets it for himself. Cal with a 3-on-1. Esch on the far side. Pass in the middle by Mikkelsen. A rebound. And it's cleared to the corner. Esch back into the middle with it. A shot towards net. Deflected into Aaron's for the whistle. To Aaron. Sorry, not Aaron's. Sova, Esch, and Mikkelsen up front, Quigley and Itel on defense. Cal wins the draw, takes it down into Aaron, and he holds for the whistle.
Little talking heads.
What do you say?
Talking heads. That's exactly how you do it anyway.
Mikkelsen from the face-off shot, knocked down into the wall. Caledonia, or Cougars able to play it out. Loose puck at mid-ice, so they've got possession. They take it in wide. In on Hogue, a kick save. Puck out to the point. Played into the near corner, now wrapped around net. Itel there. Tied up in the wall. Back out to the point, far side. Parker Moore, a shot deflected up into the net. Moore, the goal scorer earlier for the Cougars. Getting their second goal there in the second period.